Hello, good afternoon. It is 2:15 p.m. On Friday, May 31st, 2013. And today it's at 2:15. Today I'm going to be going through the third box of vinyl singles that I have. This is, I think, the last box of regular singles before the things that I saved out specifically to keep. Or that were in my collection. Today I decided to do it this point in the afternoon. The lighting is about the same as it was yesterday at this time of day. As you can see from the window, it is extremely bright. The sun is out really bright. It is actually hotter than it was yesterday. It is 90 degrees today. For anyone who doesn't live in the Northeast, 90 degrees is definitely not something normal for the month of May. It's not really even something all that normal for the dead of summer in August. So it's pretty hot, it's really humid, it's hard to breathe, it's crappy. So I'm sure you can probably see that my hair is moving around, and that's because I have a fan on right now. My apartment actually stays surprisingly cool as long as I keep the windows closed, but because I have a TV and an Xbox and computer running in this room, of course, all that hot air from all that stuff has to go somewhere, and it makes it kind of stuffy in this one room. So we've got that running. I've got the window open just enough to let the hot air exchange out without letting too much back in. It looks like this actually does have a number of singles in it with sleeves, as well as singles without. So it looks like we are going to get into some of the good stuff. Well, some of the stuff that I considered good stuff, I guess, today. This is today's bin. Yeah, Transformers. This is what we've got inside today. So it's about 2/3 regular records, and then a few with sleeves and things at the back. This Transformers case is one that I had in the early 80s, and it was one that I was using specifically to put my records in, to keep them separate from all the other records. That's changed, obviously, although there are still quite a few of mine in here. I'm keeping most of my stuff in the slightly more secure box right now. Alright, if I can get some of these out of here. The ones with the sleeves do tend to make everything tight in here. There we go. Alright, so let's go right into the regular records first. And finish those up. Alright, the first one I have is actually Frankie Valli. This is just Frankie Valli. This is not with the Four Seasons. This is basically, I think, his only hit after the Four Seasons, like by himself. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty certain that's how this one went. But it's Can't Take My Eyes Off of You and The Trouble with Me. It's a Phillips record, which of course became part of Magnavox and much later. This is Sue Records. This is The Duals, it says, D-U-A-L-S, The Duals, with Cruising and Stick Shift. Now that really, those titles to me sound like instrumentals. I don't know that for certain, but that's my guess, that this is an instrumental. I also don't recognize that label. I think that's the only thing I've got with that label. Alright, this is Warwick Records. I've only had a couple of these. This one is The Fireballs. It is Gunshot and Quite a Party. I honestly have to say that actually sounds, those actually sound like titles of instrumentals as well. And The Fireballs I don't recognize. So if it's an instrumental group, that would be why. I mean, I know that my mother was a big fan of instrumentals, and I am as well, so it wouldn't surprise me if I have quite a few instrumental records hanging around, so. Alright. This one's a little confusing. It says Baby Cortez 1829. That's where the name of the artist is. I don't know if the name of the artist is Baby Cortez, if it's the whole thing. I don't know. It's confusing to me. But this is Chess Records. It's Getting Right and Rinky Dink are the songs that are on it. If anyone happens to know about that and know that if I'm just embarrassing myself by not knowing what that is or how to read it or anything, whatever, let me know. I have no clue. Alright, this one's Peter and Gordon. Peter and Gordon were a British duo. They had a couple of hits during the British invasion time. Peter Asher, was the brother of Jane Asher, who was Paul McCartney's fiance for a long time, pretty much up until shortly before he married Linda. And they, like I said, they had a few hits. This is Lady Godiva and Morning's Calling. Lady Godiva is pretty much the only other major song I know by them. Other than World Without Love. I actually had to kind of recite the song in my head to remember what the title was all of a sudden. Alright, this is Epic Records. This is the Tremolos. It is Silence is Golden and Let Your Hair Hang Down. Silence is Golden is a really, really good song. This is a very, very good version. This is actually an A-side cover of a B-side by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. The Four Seasons had Silence is Golden, and they had a choice between that or Ragdoll as their single. And they put Ragdoll on the A-side and put Silence is Golden on the B-side of that single. That version I really, really like as well. And I heard that version after I heard the one that became famous, the Tremolos one. But it's an excellent song. It was unfortunate it got B-side with the original band, but it's really great that it got a nice cover on an A-side, like right around the same time. Yeah, I'd say that most of the records in here are probably records I specifically separated because I had listened to them at some point, either to see what they were or because I was interested, just by the way it's looking here. This is Starline Records. It's the Kingston Trio. Oh, it says Starline. It's apparently a division of Capitol Records. The songs are Tom Dooley and MIA. Tom Dooley is a popular folk song that I really, really like. I love the Kingston Trio version. I have a version by the Statler Brothers as well. And the Smothers Brothers did a skit on it too. Let's see. This is Jewel Akins. It was put out by Era Records. And this is The Birds and the Bees and Tic Tac Toe. The Birds and the Bees is a song that I remember from when I was growing up that I listened to on this record quite a bit. It was kind of a fun song. It's one of those catchy ones that get stuck in your head, though. This is Musicor Records Star Time series. It's Gene Pitney, and the songs are The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance and Half Heaven, Half Heartache. So the reason we have this single is because it has the Liberty Valance song. And of course, that was a very famous movie, probably, well, one of the more famous westerns of the black and white era, because it had everybody in it. It had John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Lee Marvin, you know, it had everybody. So